just briefly, so anybody that can't make it can watch this later. My name is Alexis Hughes. I have been licensed. May will be 6 years. Of those 6 years, June will be my 5th year with eXp Realty. First firm I ever started out with had KVCore, so I knew it very well before I came to eXp. When I came to eXp, I didn't really do much with it. In, I'd say, November 2019, took one of the KVCore classes in the world from an icon agent and decided to implement it in January of 2020. I went from doing about 8-9 million in volume to over 20 million as a single agent in 2020. And I was like, hey, what did you do differently? Only thing I did differently was KVCore. Not an ambassador. I'm going to teach you how I use it. There are other ways to use it. I don't believe there's a right or wrong way to use KVCore as long as you're actually using it. But what I'm going to teach you is kind of what I did and what I changed to really make KVCore work for me. Instead of me just working it, it works for me now. So as Kay said, today we're going to start with very, very basic. And the reason being is I have found when you don't have a foundation, the house crumbles. It may look pretty at first, but it's going to crumble. So we're going to start with a foundation. So today is just going to be website and setup. As we continue to do these Thursday huddles, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to say, hey guys, today is lead generation. Let's focus on drip campaigns. What can you do with the blogging feature? I want you guys to really understand how robust KVCore is. We can't do it in one day. While we're going through this, ask me any questions. I don't do any kind of KVCore boot camps. You don't pay me. You don't do anything. You ask me your questions. I'm here to help you. This is about you guys and using this tool that they give us. So I am going to screen share with you all and we'll go ahead and we'll jump right in. Don't look at all my tabs and stuff open if you can see those. I am terrible at starting these presentations too. See, I work for a virtual brokerage and I don't even know how to start a PowerPoint. Hopefully everybody can see this screen. So I'm just going to start with this. We've got KVCore set up in quick lead generation. What we want to talk about today is let's get you set up. Let's make it work for you. And then let's get you some quick leads coming in because that's what everybody wants KVCore for. I want KVCore for the leads. I want KVCore for the leads. I did too. So let's ensure that your KVCore is fully set up. There are going to be key areas that are going to build your foundation. These are all below. This is going to ensure that as you're utilizing it for lead generation, that you're fully optimizing your site. So you need your service areas and your SEO set up. You need your website set up correctly. You need your testimonials on there, campaigns, your Zillow Connect. If you guys don't have a Zillow profile, we're going to talk about that in a little bit because if you don't, you need to have it. Your website setup. What I want you to think of here is this is you branding yourself. What are the key things that if someone came to your website that you're going to want them to know? That's number one. But also, what graphics and color schemes do you want associated with your brand? The beauty of eXp Realty is they want you to brand you, not eXp. So if your colors are pink and black, if we're hot pink and black, you're not going to mesh very well with the eXp orange and the eXp blue. So look at the different color schemes. So we're going to go through, show you how to do that. What signature lines should show on your automated emails? If you don't have automated emails and signature lines, let's set them up. Do you want your face to be a part of your brand? You have to have a professional looking website that has visual appeal, consistency, and is easy to navigate. As long as you guys are doing this, you should be fine. You want it to stand out from others. So I know right away, just by clicking on someone's website, if they're with KVCore or not, if they use KVCore. And how I know that is because it's that basic website, just basic as can be. And it all looks the same. And I'm like, yep, you've got KVCore and this is the website for that. So stand out, be different. So right now, if you guys have a pen and a piece of paper, I want you to take a moment. I want you to write down 3 things. And these 3 things are going to really help you when you're starting to decide what service areas you want to add. What do you want your branding to say about yourself? So I want you to write down what is the most important value that you bring to your clients. I want you to write down what makes you different from the thousands of agents in your market. And I want you to write down any professional accolades, designations, or accomplishments that you've achieved. So while you're writing those down, I'm just going to speak, and this has nothing to do with KVCore. This is more for newer agents out there, and 9 times out of 10 people on these calls are newer agents. Why are you talking about your value? You may be thinking to yourself, oh, I have nothing to add. I'm just starting. I don't have any experience. Of course you have something to add. So when I first started out in real estate and I had 0 sales, like goose egg, I was trained that if someone asked, well, why should we hire you? You've never, or have you ever sold in this neighborhood? To tout my team leads sales, to tout my brokerages sales. And yes, you can do that. But you want people to know, what's your 30-second elevator speech? If my clients ask me right now, Alexis, why should we hire you over any other agent out there? I'm going to tell them, look, I'm top 3% of my market, and I'm going to put you first no matter what. I answer my phone, I communicate consistently, and I'm a full-time agent. So yeah, I have top 3% of my market, but what can you say? Are you an agent full-time? So that would go like this. You know, my name's Alexis Hughes. I'm a full-time agent. You're going to get the best of me no matter what, because this is my livelihood. If you don't win, I don't. What value do you bring to your clients as a brand new agent? Could be something to the effect of, we've heard this before, but it's a really good one. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, fully understand that you're looking for a very experienced agent that maybe has a large team. Let me tell you why you don't want that agent. They're not hungry. To them, you're just a commission check. To me, you're the only client I'm serving. You're going to get one-on-one customer service from me that no other agent out there will be able to touch. And you can choose an agent that has 20 listings, or you can choose an agent that's just going to focus on your one and brand it to the best of its ability. So start thinking about those things. How would you answer that? Look in the mirror and role play those, because that's going to carry over into the marketing you do with your KVCore. What makes you different from the thousands of agents out there? That's a hard one for me, because all of us, we sell homes, we do this. I think my key difference is I don't look for, I look for solutions. I don't take no for an answer. Think of that. Professional accolades, designations, or accomplishments. If you haven't been in real estate long, you know, you may not have them for real estate, but you may have them for other things. So prior to real estate, I did 911 dispatch. I had a lot of designations for that. So I utilized those. Start thinking about those designations and how they can correlate with your real estate. By now, all of you guys should have these 3 things written down, so I'm going to move on. If you're able to, I want you to be able to hear me still, but if you're able to, I want you to log into your KVCore right now, and we're going to work on some website setup. And I'm just going to show you the different areas that you should be focusing on. Let me go and well, y'all don't need my husband's discharge paperwork for the military, do you? All right, so if you're first time logging into KVCore, it's just kvcore.com. It's going to be your eXp Realty email address, and password's going to be change me. It's change me all the time. If you did not opt into KVCore, you're not going to be able to follow along with this, but you do need to go to eXp Enterprise on the left-hand side of the screen. You scroll down to optional services and you click the KVCore add-in. It takes up to 7 days for you to get full access to KVCore, but you can go back and watch this recording and follow along at that point. So you guys will see my dashboard here. If you don't have leads yet, you're not going to see anything in here, but we're going to look at our website. Let's go over to the left-hand side. You'll scroll down to Web and IDX. When you click on that, you have all the things that you need to change your front-facing website that consumers are going to see. And so you can see here your template, my theme, and everything. Remember, we're talking about branding. So if I go to the site editor, this is where I can change all my branding, my themes, all of that. When I'm on Zoom, it takes forever. So you guys can see that my theme is black. I like the black theme. My logo is black and gold, so I want it to actually match what's going on. So if we go into edit settings and we go to template, you can do a foundation template. So if I save that, and don't be afraid to play around with it, guys, because you can go back and change it. It's not that hard. So if I save the hero, what would that turn my website into? It would just turn it into this. I don't really like that. So I like the hero theme of it all. If you come down, you can see template theme color. You can do red, Boston red, black, blue, whatever it is. So look at what your logo is. If you don't have your own logo and you're just going with eXp, choose something that goes with eXp. Your background images. What do you want up there? You can even have videos up here. So a lot of people will have videos. I used to have one and I took it off just because I don't run my team the way that video is branded anymore. But change your backgrounds. You can have it actually sift through different ones. Here is where you're going to be uploading any images that you want, like your headshots, your logo. You can see my secondary logo. One thing I do want to point out, this right here, this eXp Realty logo is always going to be there. It's never going to go away. And if you try to take it away, you can get in trouble with your IDX agreement with your MLS. So that always stays there, but you can add your own. You can put your name, all of that on there. You want to stand out. And guys, why I asked you to write down the 3 things that you bring value, or 3 things about you or your professional accolades, is because right here, this is going to give you stuff to put. When someone clicks on my website, they're going to know automatically I serve North and South Carolina. I'm an icon agent 4 times, and I was humanitarian of the year. They're automatically going to know that. That's what I want people to know about me. As we scroll down, you'll see these hide resources pages. So what is your resource page? If I go to my website right now, and I hope it takes it to me, because sometimes it'll block me on my computer from even going to my own website. I don't know why it does that. But on there, you've got your resources tab up here. And so what is that? What's that look like? If we go to our resources right now, it's going to take to ask a question. I want to keep that up there. It's also going to take them to one of my custom pages. I built a custom page. So if I ever want to utilize my website for our new construction, I've got this right here. My exclusive builder builds homes, and he doesn't make you do a construction firm loan. Here's his website. Click to it. I want that. So you want your resources page active all the time. Millions Mapped. So Millions Mapped is your app that you can use. I don't hide it. I want my clients or my potential clients to be able to download my app if they want to. I'm a firm believer in just owning up to when you don't know what something is. Hide WCAG. I have no idea what that is, but this was checked like that. And I just leave it on, because if I don't know what it is, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to touch it. You can hide print flyers. You can use limited label listing, like all of that is on there. Then you'll see this mandate phone. If you have this selected to know, what's going to happen is anytime someone is typing in their information to come in your system as a lead, then if you don't mandate their phone number, they don't have to put it in. I don't know about y'all, but I want people that are going to give me their phone number. Now, notice it says we recommend setting it to no, because you may see an increase in cost per lead and decreased lead capture. Yes, that is very true. But I am of the belief, and again, this is you run your business your way, I'm going to run it my way. I don't want my system being clogged up with people that won't give me their phone numbers. If they won't give me their phone numbers, then they're not serious, and they probably need to be on Zillow. That's just the way I feel. Forced lead registration. So when you're on a website and you're browsing and a box pops up and people are like, they're trying to get your email and everything, that's a forced lead registration. So decide when you want that to happen on your website. Do you want it after they view one property? Do you want it as soon as they view any properties? Do you never want to ask them for it? What do you want? I try to give them a freebie. I want them to look at one, get invested, and see another one over here on the side, and continue clicking and give me their information. Your website title, this is where you can put Alexis Hughes, NCSE Realtor, Alexis Hughes, where excellence is the standard, Alexis Hughes, icon agent, Alexis Hughes, best agent ever. Whatever you want to put, that's where you're going to put it, and that's going to be the title of your website. This homepage meta description, when you're sharing on Google or Facebook, if you're sharing the link, it says eXp Realty in North Carolina. I leave this the same because that's there for compliance. I want to be compliant. This came that way. I'm going to leave it there. If you're going to do agent attraction, I recommend that you have some sort of recruiting text. Mine's very simple. Keep 80 to 100% of your commission. Healthcare coming soon. See how long it's been? I need to change that. So I'm just going to change it. Healthcare for all of our agents. Yay. So when they go, they know. Your sponsors matters. I want people to know, hey, who you choose as your sponsor matters. Put that information there. If you're not with eXp, guys, and you're somewhere else, because there are some people on this call that aren't with eXp, this is where you could put, if you're trying to build your team, if you're trying to, you know, if you're an independent, you're trying to build your brokerage, you could put your recruiting text here. Custom header. So you guys see this gibberish right here. This is how on my website, I'm going to go back. This is how on my website, you've got the different little counties and the bubbles. If that gibberish wasn't in the custom section, this wouldn't look like this. This wouldn't be here at all. And so what is that called? It's called HTML code. I would love to say that I'm a super genius and I wrote all of that, but I did not. I did not write it. Someone else did. So there's two ways you can have your website set up like this. You can find someone that does website design with KVCore, and they'll know all of this, and you can tell them what you want and they'll set it up for you and you pay them. Or you can go to a website that writes HTML code for you and copy and paste it. That's going to be really hard if you don't know what you're doing. Just going to put it out there. I paid someone to do mine. So as you can see, guys, all of this is in here. The next thing I want everyone to do is your Facebook ID for chat. You need to put this in here. So what is it? It's super simple. If you have a business page, it's your handle. So my business page is at WES Signature Properties. So on my website, anytime someone wants to chat with me on my KVCore website, it's going to come in through my Facebook Messenger, and I can actually chat with them back and forth. Your contact phone number, your CCPA, leave that alone, don't touch it. And then your email address, put that in there. Guys, if you're ever having trouble editing your website or you want to know how to do something, you can click watch now, or you can come down here and click the little button, and it will let you type in exactly what you're needing help for, and it'll give you a complete guide on how to do it. So don't discount that. A lot of people get very anxious and they're like, I'm going to screw something up. You're not going to screw anything up. Real quickly, I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping up with this PowerPoint because I will go off on tangents and rabbit holes. So we've got all of this done. Our KVCore is rocking and rolling. We want our reviews to show. So how do we do that? You connect with your Zillow reviews. You need your Zillow profile name. Where do you find that? Well, when you go on Zillow and you pull up your agent profile, it's going to have your name. I will show you my, if I can type today. And if you do not have a Zillow profile, it is free. It is free, and you need it. You need a Zillow profile. And see, I can't even find mine. So here we go. There's my Zillow profile up here. I can see that my name is Alexis699. Good to go. I put it in. Now my reviews from Zillow are going to pull into my KVCore website automatically. I am going to talk to you guys really quickly about these testimonials, okay? And why I'm dead. You have to have a Zillow profile. I know we all hate Zillow. I don't love Zillow either. They're our competitor or anything, but the fact of the matter is they are where most consumers go to look at houses. They are where most consumers go when they want to talk to an agent. You do not have to pay for Zillow in order to get Zillow leads. There are people that will click on my name to call me simply because they like my reviews and they like my profile and what I say. So the more reviews you have on Zillow, I'm just going to be honest, the more reviews you have on Zillow, the higher you're going to rank in online searches. It's social proof. If you're out there, people are telling them, hey, this is a good choice for me as a customer. There's also studies that have been done. Businesses with positive reviews see an average of 18% increase in sales. So if you're out there right now and you don't have a Zillow profile and you're not collecting reviews from your clients, you're basically saying, hey, I want to make 18% less than this year than what I made last year. I never want to grow that 18%. Businesses with reviews are viewed as more trustworthy, and 2/3 of all customers report that reviews are an essential part of the decision-making process when choosing businesses to work with. Many believe that you're not supposed to feed the beast as far as Zillow goes, but I'm like, hey, the devil's here. I'm going to have to do what I got to do for my business. Zillow actually lends credibility to you as an agent. There was an actual survey done, and it was reported that 99.4% of those surveyed would not use an agent they could not find a Zillow profile for. The reasons for this were they viewed the agent as a scam. They felt the agent was not a full-time agent with a lack of profile on Zillow, and they felt the agent would not get their home as much exposure. It's a necessary evil. So that's my little soapbox today. If you don't have a profile, you need to get one. You need to collect your or connect your reviews to it. If you have reviews in other places, we are going to show you how to get those on your website now. They are important. So you go to testimonials right here. You've got connected to Zillow. You've saved that. Great. These will not show up until you input your first exterior, I guess is the best word, review onto your website. So if we go to website manager, and then we go to, they change everything all the time. Okay, so we go to site content and testimonials here. You will see right here, add testimonial. Put who wrote it, write it out, click add. At that point, make sure that you are swooped over to blue, and that's going to show on your website. It's also going to show your Zillow reviews as well. So when you're collecting reviews, I always send out a template. I have the links in there and I tell them copy and paste it. I want Google, I want Zillow, and then I want Facebook if you have reviews on Facebook. I took reviews off Facebook because I kept getting a lot of spammers leaving reviews, and I just didn't like the way that looked. But if you look, once you do that, your reviews will just carousel right through on your website. If we wanted people to see the reviews, they could go up here to other testimonials, and it's all there automatically. So right now, before we go any further, I do want to stop and see if anybody has any questions. I have, how do I add all of my agent KVCore to my contacts? Okay, we'll go over that. And then I have my headshot is the size of a postage stamp. How do I change that? All right, so you're not going to change the headshot size in the backend KVCore. You need to put that headshot in an app like Canva. And when you go to download it, you're going to go down to the sizes, and you can change your sizing on your photo so that what you're saving is a larger size of what you've got. In terms of how do I add my agent to KVCore to call my contacts? So I might need some clarification here. Harold, are you saying you have an agent that works your team and you want them to work your database in your system? I don't know if Harold can answer me. Let's see. All right. So if Harold, I can't hear you if you're talking. If you want an agent to get in your system and work your system and call your contacts for you, you can do this one of two ways. The first way is you're just going to give them your login, and then they're going to go through and they're going to start calling. The second way is to do the team platform with KVCore. It's $399 a month. And then that agent will have access to all your leads in a pond, and they can start calling that way. So how do you do that? You want to learn more about the team platform? Oh, sorry. Harold?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hey, there you are.
How you doing? So it's a fee for it?
If you're going to have a team platform, and it sounds like that's what you're trying to do. Yes.
Well, I'm actually trying to get someone to kind of like I'm hiring them to do it for me, right? So
to set yours up, or
to kind of actually do the phone calls, and so we're gonna team them. I've got so many names, and I've never done a CRM, so I'm trying to add them where they can, assist me with that. So they're an agent, but they're not an agent under eXp. Can I get that done?
No, you're going to have to give them your login.
Okay.
Sorry. I mean, that you're going to have to give them your login for them to be able to get into your CRM and work it. If they were an agent with eXp, you could do the team platform. And if you didn't want to do that, then you could share all of your leads with them, not transfer, but share them. Let me show you real quick how you would do that for anybody watching. So let's say this particular lead, I wanted to share it so that it could be called and it was sitting in one of my other agents' inboxes. You just go into their profile, go to more actions, share contact, and then you just start typing the name of the agent you want to share with it, and it'll drop down, and you can do view and edit or view only. I would do view and edit. That way they can add the notes in. You want them to be able to add notes from the call.
Okay.
All right. And then Greg, can you share the code so we can just modify it? Share the HTML code that's on my website? Is that what you're asking, Greg?
Yeah, I was just wondering if that's.
I mean, I can.
So they gotta be a part. There you gotta have a.
I can share it with you. I don't know if it will help you. But hey, have at it.
I can modify code.
Oh, okay. You're like, I can just modify that. We'll just modify it. So basically, everybody call Greg if you want some HTML code modified. All righty.
I can't write it, but I can modify it.
Like, I don't know. We're just going to play with it and pray that it looks the way it's supposed to, right? All right. I think I went way too much. All right. And we're going to go up, 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 up. Copy. All right. So let's see if it lets me type it in. I don't know that it's letting me type it in our little chat box here. Yeah, it's not letting me put it in. But Greg, what I can do is if you'll put your email address in the chat box, I can email it over to you. All right. Who did I hire to set my KVCore up? So I did the initial setup myself. But then when I wanted my website to look better than what it did, his name was Nick McCree. I don't even know if he does it anymore, but Nick McCree did mine. You can look at Sylvia Dane. You can look at Shannon Pyatt, or you can go on Fiverr. I don't know how to say it. It's an app and it's all freelance people. Type in KVCore website setup and you can hire someone freelance to do it for you as well. All right, so we all appear to be good with the website setup, everything like that. What I want to take you guys into now is your service areas and your SEO, and why that's important. So what is service area? What is SEO? We hear all this a lot. These are areas that you're going to specialize in or that you want to specialize in. It's important for SEO and organic leads from our parent website. I'm going to show you how to do it, but let's talk about that. Yes, exprealty.com has search features on their main website. How do they decide who gets a lead that comes into their main website? It's going to be based off of the SEO that you have set up within your KVCore. SEO stands for search engine optimization. SEO is used to attract organic and quality leads to your website. How does that work? Search engine is going to use what's called a crawler. It's going to go through all of the internet content and it builds an index. And this index is what is used when a customer searches for a particular word or subject. An example for this is homes for sale in Millbridge, Waxhaw, North Carolina. That basically what's going to happen is their back-end system on Google is going to go through this index and it's going to return all the websites in your search results that had these words in it. Websites that feature all three of these words are going to obviously rank higher on the search results. Now I'm going to put this out here. Don't come back in a month and say, Alexis, I added every single word under the sun, every single neighborhood, every single street, everything to do with real estate in my KVCore, and I'm not #1 when I search on Google. You're not going to be, because you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars like Zillow and some of these larger brokerages do to optimize their SEO. But this is going to help you in Google, but it's also going to help you with our parent website. The more areas you have, the better, and as much detail, the better. So right now, you're going to take a moment, you're going to write down or type or however you keep notes, the 10 areas that you want to work in immediately. So I can name off the top of my head the top 10 areas I want to work in. I want to work in all of Cabarrus County, Stanley County, Mecklenburg County, Union County, Gaston County, Lancaster County, and York County. Now I've got 3 left. What does that mean? Well, of those 3, I want Skycroft neighborhood. I want Millbridge neighborhood because they're very, very, very popular and they're featured a lot in blogs. And I also want Providence down south. So if you don't know the top 10 areas you want to work or you work off the top of your head, now's the time to practice it, write it down, and get that elevator speech down pat. So while you guys are going to do that, I'm going to get us to the area we need to be to add these on. It has been quite a while since I have taught this class, so give me a moment and bear with me. Okay, so Web and IDX on the left, just click it. You're going to see site content, and you're going to see service areas and SEOs. In this, up at this top area, if you have a button that says connect all cities from MLS, I believe is what it says, you're going to want to click that. And that's going to basically pull in all areas or all cities from your MLS for you. But then you want to narrow it down. So you guys can see I have Montgomery County, Lincoln County, but then I narrow it down and then I have Albemarle, which is a city. Then I have Valentine Country Club, which is a neighborhood. Narrow it down as much as possible. So if someone were on eXp's front-facing, consumer-facing website and they wanted to be contacted about a home in Cedarville Farms, eXp's little back end is going to match it to an agent that has these on their website. You're not going to get tons of leads from eXp, right? But every little lead counts. You never know. Does anyone have any questions about the service areas before we go on? Is adding Google Analytics beneficial and how? So I believe if you have a Google business page and a Google account and all that, yes, you need to add Google Analytics to it. When I had my website set up, I had them do that. But again, let's practice. Google Analytics right here. You click on it, it's going to give you a play-by-play on exactly how to do the Google Analytics with your KVCore account. Then approximate cost to hire someone to set up your KVCore. So if you're just having them set it up, get your drip campaigns working and all that stuff, $397. But if you're hiring them to get your drip campaign set up, make your website look different, all that, it can be as much as $697. Okay. Any other questions? I think I've got, all right, Greg, I will send that to you in an email. And then I'm trying to add a neighborhood, but it's not working. Nikki, when you're trying to add the neighborhood, is it a neighborhood in your MLS? Can you unmute and tell me what you're seeing? All right, so until you can unmute, Nikki, I'm going to tell you some reasons why it may not be showing up. Number one, if it's a very brand new neighborhood, it's not going to show up in here. So in our area, we have Crossroads. Crossroad is a baby neighborhood. It's just started within the last year. It's not going to be in here yet. What you're going to want to do is, number one, come to my huddle about blogs. But a great way to fix this problem and still be able to get leads looking in that neighborhood is to go into your blog and do a blog on that neighborhood. The only type of city, and since you have it, it didn't come up either. So I might have Millbridge already. When you guys pull in from MLS, some of these might pull in automatically. Let me go down. See, I have Millbridge as a neighborhood right here. So when I go to type it in, it's not going to populate automatically. That was going to be the next reason that you will see it. If it's already a neighborhood in your MLS and you're pulling it in, it's going to be there automatically. Or if you've already added it in the past, or if someone set your website up and added it in the past. So Meg, if you can look and see if Millbridge is already in your list. If not, then we will do some brainstorming. Another thing you can do, because that we're about KVCore and unlocking everything, another thing you can do is go to that blue, this blue thing is your lifeline, y'all. Go here and you can send them a message. I know it says within 2 hours, but a lot of times their replies are a lot quicker. And you can just ask them a question like, hey, I'm trying to add a neighborhood to my service area and it's not adding. Can you help me? They have people waiting to help you in the wings, so use them. Is the 397 and 697 or any very helpful pricing via Sylvia? I've never used Sylvia, so I don't know what her pricing is. If you are with eXp and you go to Workplace, you can search her out and she has her website up there. If you're not with eXp and you want her to help you, I believe it's the sylviadane.com, I want to say.
Yeah, actually, Elizabeth has an affiliate link, so I'll drop that for you guys.
Yes. So, and she's really good with what she does as far as the website and the setup and all of that. Alrighty, and so we're gonna move on because it's 12:40 and I want to be able to get us to the lead generation stuff. Campaigns, drip campaigns. We are going to do a very in-depth class on this very, very soon. It's going to be on one of these Thursday huddles. All right, so Shauna Scott, you're not with eXp, that's okay. Sylvia doesn't require you be with eXp in order to have her help you set up your website and help you set up drip campaigns. It's going to be tailored to you with Exit Milestone Realty. It'll be all tailored to that. The only time that any of this class would not pertain to you is like if you're going to do recruiting, if you're not going to have eXp, you're going to have Exit. Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. Yes, this will be recorded. So for those of you that are not with eXp, I have a YouTube channel. It's just Alexis Hughes, brokered by exprealty.com. I will be adding this on there as soon as we end and I get it up. So you guys, everybody can look back and watch this, whether you're in our workplace, family tree or not. Okay, so campaigns. Why are campaigns important? When I was first starting out, it was very, very, very easy for me to keep track of all my clients, know everything about them, follow up with them weekly like I was supposed to. But when you start getting busy, things fall to the wayside. Or you have that one client that says, yeah, I'll be ready in 6 months. Well, you forget about them. And the next thing you know, they're on your Facebook and they bought with Bob and you're pissed. Don't let that happen. Drip campaigns are how you can fix that. So, and guys, I'm sorry, I've got a cold. So if I start like coughing, I'm sorry. So if you come over to the left-hand side, your marketing tab, you're going to click Smart Campaigns. You're going to have this page that pops up. This page, for me, has a lot of campaigns in it. Some of you maybe only have 1 or 2 that were preloaded when your KVCore was set up. So I want to show you really quickly, how do I go and get these campaigns? So if you go into KVCore library, this will show you every single preloaded drip campaign there is. I am a firm believer you need the most amount of touches that there are, and you need to touch them every single way. And that sounds gross, not in this setting, but if you look over here at touches, this tells you the number of times you're going to touch them. So studies have really been done about this, and clients won't even talk back to you until on average the 7th time you've reached out to them. So the agents that are reaching out 1, 2 times and then never talking to them again, that's why they're not getting the client. Be persistent, be relentless. I have people that tell me to F off all the time. That's great. You're telling me to F off, that means you're talking to me. I am a little psycho in that aspect. So you want as many touches as possible, but you also want to pay attention to what kind of touches are they. So you can see this one is a ton of touches, 23, but it's just email and text messages. I want email, text, task, call, all of it. Why? Because my CRM tells me exactly what to do. It puts my business on autopilot. So you need campaigns, lots of touches, every single type of touch, but then look at designed for. You need them for buyers, you need them for sellers. You also need it for when they're a new lead, when they first come to your website. Then you need one that the second they start talking to you, it switches over to an active lead. Nothing is worse than finally getting a lead that's been in your system for 3 months, responding back to you. You talk to them on the phone call, find out what they want. And the next day they get an email that says, I meant to ask you if you're an investor or this and that. You have that conversation with them. Active lead is going to trigger a completely different type of campaign to where they think you're following up with them, but you're not. So what's an example? You're like, hey, Alexis, I don't want to just send whatever. I want to see what they're sending to the people. So it's fine. Click. You're going to see exactly when it's going to go out. You're going to see what exactly it is. And if you want to see what they're saying or what it's telling you to do, you just click view. So this one is a reminder. It's going to tell you in your task every single day, hey, check in with the contact, or you need to update their status if they're under contract. Let's go down to, like, these are all tasks. I want to show you guys an email. So let's go to this one, default renter's sphere of influence. If I'm going to come, see this email immediately, view. You may be surprised to hear that renting is often more expensive than owning. Have you thought about looking to buy? So this is doing it for you. Make sure you have every single type of touch. Now, how do you get it in your library? Okay, it's very, very simple. Add to my library. Once you add it to your library, it's going to show up under your campaigns, and you just make sure that it's turned on blue. Anybody have any questions about these drip campaigns? All right, so Casey says, what campaign do you use that has been most helpful? The one I love the most, and keep in mind, this is just how I run my business, is I love my default new lead buyer campaign, 42 touches. It has every single task there is. And the reason I love it is when my new buyers or my new sellers come in, right, and I look at my dashboard each day, it tells me exactly what to do. So if Casey, you came in as a lead last week in my drip campaign, maybe my task today is to send you an updated list of homes that are available. But let's say there are no tasks. Okay, cool. This is on the back end. It's sending them emails. It's sending them property alerts. It's sending them text messages, trying to convert them to get them to talk to you. That is the point in these drip campaigns. A lot of people think that the point in these drip campaigns is they're magically, leads are going to bombard your system and they're going to say, oh my God, I'm ready. Take my money. Let's buy a home. As soon as they come in, and that's not what they're going to do. These drip campaigns in the system works so that you can work with the right now clients with your full attention, but in the background, this is still dripping. It stays dripping on all the people that are in your database. It also helps you with closed clients. I love the closed clients campaigns because I am terrible about nurturing my past clients. But my past clients, if I stay in their face, that is repeat business. They're going to refer to you. They're going to say, hey, Alexis sold me this house 5 years ago, and she stays emailing me, you know, happy Kwanzaa and St. Patrick's Day and reminding me to change the light bulbs. So look through the systems, find which one fits you, what you think would work best. Do you customize them or do you feel pretty comfortable with the default? So I like the default because I'm a firm believer in not reinventing wheels. And so when KVCore first came about, they were conversion. And before conversion went out to consumers, they beta tested. And these campaigns are the ones that had the highest conversion rate. And so I'm like, let's stick with the people that went to school for this, the people that designed this. I'm going to stick with their stuff. But I do like to add a little bit to them. So you can keep the basic of what they've got, but make little tweaks here and there. So if you go in and you go to smart campaigns, let's see, I'm going to close this out, and you click on one of the campaigns, you can add an action. So you can add an email, a text message. So you can add whatever you want to add to it. It even has a Zapier link you can hook in. So what kind of things would you add? Sometimes I have a video message that I want to add. I've done that before. The very first email they get is a video of me saying, hey, my name is Alexis Hughes. Thanks for visiting my website. I'm here immediately for any questions you may have. Just click the chat box below. And I add that to the things. Now, let's say you like an email, but you want to tweak it a little bit. You just click edit and you can change. Let's say that you have a CRM, you're in Follow Up Boss or you're in Boomtown or whatever, and you really love one of the things that tells you to do as your task. You can edit it or add it on here. They're fully customizable. Answered those chat box. All right, cool. Any questions about your drip campaigns, setting up your website, any of that? All right, so I'm going to leave you guys with this. I could go on. We've only got about 12 minutes left, and I could literally spend another 3 hours talking about all the lead generation. But what I want to do is I want to get you guys just a little nugget, what you can do today that is going to get you leads in your inbox. So we have listings in the Charlotte market. I'm in Charlotte, and we have what's called a make it your own Facebook page. And that is basically where all the eXp agents only go in, they post their listings. And when those listings are in there, they're saying, market this listing. We're giving you permission to make this listing your own. So if you've got listings, use those because your sellers are going to be really, really happy. But if you don't have listings, go into make it your own. If you have it, if you don't, pick up the phone and start calling your local eXp agents with the listings and ask them, can I market this in hopes of bringing a buyer? Most are going to say yes. So you go to listings, you can just do company listings. So for this one, let's say I was going to do Church Street in Hendersonville. I'm going to click this button right here. I'm going to click boost property. Do not do this without permission from the listing agent, just so you guys know. This pops up. You can do a listing, open house, price reduced, and you can do sold. It's going to take everybody to your website. It's going to send traffic to your website. You can display the price. You can display an image overlay. You can come down here and add custom text in. If you want it to read that, you can take it out. You can also change the image. Say you don't particularly care for the image the listing agent chose as the main one. Change the image if you want to. Then you can change your targeting, right? Why just advertise to this small little subset? Pull it out bigger. Make it as big as possible. Save it. Then you come down and you pick one. If this is your listing, you're going to want to do put your seller information. There's going to be a page that asks for your seller's email and phone number. And every single day, it's going to show them the website traffic that you've run. What do you call this? Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm going to target market your listing to all people on my social media platforms. 98% of the population is on there, so we're going to capitalize on that. What does that look like? Have you ever Googled a Roomba vacuum cleaner and then suddenly you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you see sponsored links for robotic vacuum cleaners? That is what I'm going to do for your house. When someone looks up homes for sale, Charlotte, North Carolina, the next time they go into Facebook, they're going to see your listing in their feed. On top of that, I'm not just going to rely on you to believe I'm doing that. You're going to receive an email every single day updating you on how many times it popped up in social media feeds, how many times someone stopped and actually looked, and how many times people gave me their information. So at the end of the week, when you're wondering what I'm doing to get your home sold, you'll be able to see that I have reached out personally to 65 different people that have asked for information about your home. If you went to a listing presentation with that and that alone, nobody else is going to touch you because nobody else is going to be telling their clients about that. Now, if it's not your listing, you don't have sellers, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You're just using it for lead generation. But you click it, you can see here, it's going to tell you how long it runs, all that stuff. They're going to come into your system. You're going to want to call them. Let me tell you about this. January 2020. I learned this in that KVCore class. January 2020, I boosted a listing. I spent $50. I got 75 leads from that one thing. Now leads are great. Leads are great. We know it's a numbers game. For every 100, we'll probably convert 3 of those. The very first lead that came in, I picked up the phone, I called them. They purchased an $800,000 house with me and they sold a $600,000 house with me. Fast forward of that one boost, that $150 boost, 75 clients, I've closed at least 10 deals since 2020 from that one boost and the drip campaigns. So if you want leads and you want them quick, this is what you do. Do a property boost. It's going to be the best $45 you'll ever spend. and it's amazing. And I'm gonna stop my share. Also, I don't know how to stop share when I'm an actual panelist though. But also what you want to do is make sure that you're not choosing cookie cutter homes. Make sure that you are choosing unique homes, right? Don't choose a house where they're doing cell phone photos. That's not going to look good for marketing. Be choosy about the ones you're marketing. Make sure it looks good. Make it your own. So Julie, you can type in Facebook, make it your own eXp Realty, m.i.y.o eXp Realty. That's the one here in Charlotte. And if your area doesn't have one, you can be the crusader and make one, right? Or go into Workplace and go on your state group and you can put out a post. Hey, I'm looking for anyone with listings that they want to have some extra marketing attention. Drop your listing below if you'd like for me to market it for you. Dawn, yes, we can get you guys a copy of the slides. Kay, we have an email list of everybody in here, right?
I don't have an email list. Is there anyone else who's not with eXp and I can copy that now? Otherwise, you guys can all drop it in the eXp family tree recording section for me.
So that's what I'll do. If for eXp people, I'll put the slide link underneath the recording and family tree. And then if you're not with eXp, if you'll put in your email address, we'll get them over to you afterwards. Jeff said, what about weekly newsletters? Do you just let KVCore do your touch? Referencing a Ricky Caruth strategy. So if you are sending out newsletters, you can absolutely set it up for KVCore to do it. You want to use your Zapier plugin when we added a task. If you like one of the newsletter websites, they actually connect with Zapier. It pulls it into your KVCore, sees it as a task, and it sends it out. Or if you make your own newsletters, you can make them ahead and put them in there, or do it once a week. Let me write email address down. 1908 Gmail. Okay, I've got your email, Brian. And then let's see. I want to make sure because I've got question and answer, and then I've got the chat box too, and I want to make sure everybody's questions and chats are answered. All righty. All right, guys. So with that, we're about 5 minutes from 1 o'clock. Does anyone have any questions? If you want to join us panelists and open up your mic or drop them into the chat box, happy to answer anything while we're waiting for that. Thursday huddles, we're going to be working on drip campaigns heavily, blogs heavily, other lead generation strategies that KVCore offers. We're going to touch extensively on squeeze pages, landing pages, strategies for using them. This CRM is amazing if you will work it. You need to be in it every single day though. If you're not in your CRM every single day, you're not doing your job correctly and it's not going to give you the results you want. All right. If there are no questions, I'm going to let you guys go. I'll upload this to my YouTube channel. If you think of any questions later, drop the questions on Family Tree and I'll get to them as quickly as I can. Not with eXp, just shoot me a DM. All right. Jill said, hi, I've got an open house coming up this weekend for another agent and it's not showing up on the property listing search in KVCore. So when you're in KVCore, if it's in coming soon status right now, it's not going to show. So you need to go, you need to either wait until that agent puts that active, or you need to ask the agent, say, look, I'm trying to promote this open house as much as possible. I need it to be active in MLS. Can you place it active and restrict showings until the open house or whatever the case may be? But if it's in coming soon, it won't show for a property post. All right. And now that's all, guys. I hope y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Alexis. We're excited
You're welcome.
to see